call it a rug. Rhymes with grug. I call this one a ride. Rhymes with grug.
That doesn't really rhyme.
Call this an air fryer. Rhymes with grug.
Ooh, I like that one.
I call this a George Cow.
What?
Rhymes with grug.
Where are you getting these things?
Call this one the Southern Border Crisis. Oh, rhymes with grug.
Why are you doing this to me?
I call it cyanide. Rhymes with grug.
Please help.
I call this a bug's life. Rhymes with a grug's life.
All right, you know what? That's
And I
enough.
call this a...
No, seriously, please stop. All right, all your ideas are terrible. Just enough.
I call it curb stomping.
No. Rhymes with grug.
I call this getting mugged. Rhymes with grug.
I can't feel my anything.
And I call this an A10 warthog. Rhymes with grug. I call this one a slip and slide. Grug.
There's only pain.
I call it a good dad. Right?
Are you sure?
I don't understand any of this.
I call it peak. Rhymes with grug.
Somebody please kill me.
And I call this one rhymes with grug. Rhymes with grug.
The sweet release of death.
I call it style. Rhymes with grug.
My bones.
I call it
April 12th, 2036.
rhymes with grug. I call this a pixie stick. Rhymes with grug. And I call this one crude stew.
Does that rhyme with grub?
And I call this Battlefront 3. I want it. Now. And I call this a thug. Rhymes with grug.
Okay.
I call this one crippling depression. I call this a Part 49 leak. Rhymes with grug. And I call this one...
Oh, seriously, I'm begging of you. Please put an end to this nightmare.
I call it Xbox. And it rhymes with grug. I call this hospital
No.
visit.
Stay away from me.
We're going on an adventure.
No.
I call it a pug. Rhymes with grug. I call it a Switch 2. Rhymes with grug.
Overpriced games.
And I call this one rhymes with grug 2. Rhymes with grug. 2.
The endless cycle continues.
I call these younglings. Rhymes with grug.
Just pull the plug.
I call it dementia. Rhymes with grug. And I call this a job application. Does not rhyme with grug. I call it dementia. Rhymes with grug. And I call this an ender pearl. Rhymes with grug.
What did I do to deserve this torment?
I call this Afghanistan.
Why are we even here?
That's the question we were asking for 20 years.